Hey, it's
It's not your
rolling.
turn.
Are we rolling on the audio too? Yeah,
Cool.
we always hand it over to the host.
Yeah, well,
This is the Wolverine Steve. I'm not the host.
No, he's not, and none of us want that.
Hey,
But
look!
welcome to
Hey,
Big
look!
Ten
Phil got
Frenemies.
cool.
Phil's not here. Welcome to Big Ten Frenemies, episode possibly 23 or 24.
You think so?
We were just
Somewhere in
debating
there?
that. We don't know. But it doesn't matter because there's only one thing that matters this weekend, and that's football. Not just any football. Any other game out there that's happening, it doesn't fucking matter.
This
I'm
is
not
the
gonna lie to
game.
you.
The game.
The game is here, and we brought in a guest. This is Go Blue Bo, and I don't know, Bo. Tell us a little bit about your history with Michigan.
Name's Bo, named after the one and only Bo Schembechler.
Okay. Baby.
I was born and bred for this rivalry especially. I've been going to games. My first game was Purdue back in 1994.
Wow.
Might have been the coldest game I've still ever been to.
Oh, it's 5-0. 5-0.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember they announced 100,000 people in the stands.
How was everybody?
There's no way there was more than 50,000 people there. The thing was half empty. I've been going to a game every year, right close to since then. And now I go to all the games, or at least I try to. If I don't get invited to weddings during football season,
Yes.
I
Do you go?
do. To the weddings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
Ugh.
Well, they're normally my friends. I
Oh,
wonder why
okay.
I'm friends with them.
Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, but
Bunch of slackers. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Got him. That's a first.
That was the first time that's ever happened.
Look at those hands, though.
That was good. That was good, Bo.
Phil never would have
No,
caught
Phil
that.
my phone would have been smashed. Yeah,
Tons
a
of-
little, wow, that was fun. Little action,
Yeah, I
little
like it.
camera action.
I
That
like
was good
it.
job, Bo.
I like
all right.
it.
That's why you
Yeah.
brought me here. It's a good
That's
episode.
right.
Yeah, we need
That's
more listeners so we can buy a better tripod.
No, to go back, I was wanted to go to Michigan. Very tough school to get into. And I
it's
kinda
all
did
here.
that. After my freshman year of high school, I went, all right, not going there. But yeah, no. Once I had friends that went there, I went to every game that I possibly could, and now we do one road trip every year. Luckily, we won this year on a road trip. It's been a pretty rough stretch, but we're back now. Got to
There you
win,
go.
and hopefully we're in good graces. And
Nice.
I'm ready to be here. Let's go. It's the best time of the year.
I like it. Yes, I agree because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and that is immediately followed by the game. Come on. What else is there out there?
Oh, it's the best.
So, when people start trying to rank different
I-
rivalries in football, I'm like, I'm sorry, don't even try to take the game away from number one. It doesn't matter. And some people will throw this stupid ass, oh, well, Michigan hasn't been a part of it for a while. Listen, as an Ohio State fan, that does not fucking matter. They're going to come back at some point. Yes, I said it. But they're still in it. Every game we've played, it's been tight.
Just about.
Yeah,
about.
there's been
The
one.
riff
There was
around
one.
here- the riff around here
Yeah.
was pretty bad. Try to
True,
forget
true,
those.
true.
Yeah.
But recently, they have been close. Very close.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I can't fault you for it. And I know there's a lot of nerves behind this. I am scared. I'm excited. I'm a tad bit aroused, not going to lie. This game gets me going, man.
Yeah.
I think so too. But I want to. The Michigan-Ohio State rivalry, from my perspective as a Michigan fan, is a lot different than the Michigan State rivalry, and that.
The colors?
I'm sorry, Phil. No, it's like
But the colors.
to me, like I hate Ohio State, and
Aw.
there's hatred, but there's also like a respect for the rivalry and the tradition, and like Ohio State wouldn't be where they are without Michigan, and I don't think Michigan would be where they have been and they're getting back to without Ohio State. That rivalry kind of defined both schools. And it's like where the players wanted to go play in that game. That helps recruiting. It's like you're going to play in
yeah.
the biggest game of the season in college football.
And this is going to be a big recruiting game, period.
What's amazing how many recruits come down to, I'm either going to Michigan or Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many come down to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have players like Weber, who's friends with Michigan players.
Yep.
They like to taunt each other back and forth.
We got Dwayne Haskins, who had asked Shea Patterson for advice on the Michigan State game.
Exactly.
They all know each
Speaking
other.
Speaking of Shea Patterson, so found out a little tidbit about my family this weekend. My cousin Jaron went to school and played baseball with Shea Patterson's older brother. They're from Toledo.
Okay.
So during one of their baseball practices, they're playing around, and Shay's older brother had brought Shay around, and Jaron had brought his little sister Brandy around. Brandy was messing around with one of the bats, practicing swinging, and crack! Apparently hit Shay Patterson right in the mouth and sent him to the emergency room.
Man,
I
how old
know.
was he?
They were pretty young, apparently, yeah, like grade school. But all I could think is, Brandy, could you help us out this weekend? Just kind of find your way around Ann Arbor. Come on down to Columbus. Maybe you'll meet him there. I don't know. But it's great to see that like my family truly does have a hatred for Shay Patterson.
Yes, so. Wow.
It's not as enthusiastic when you're telling Michigan fans this story.
No, kind of hate you.
But I
hate this girl.
So
Sorry, Brandy.
normally,
You don't have to apologize to
nor-
Brandy.
normally on the podcast, Bo, I'm sure you know because you're a regular listener and
yeah.
follower of the Big Ten Frenemies Hit
every
podcast.
week.
One of
Every
our
week.
31 regular listeners.
We'll get a lot more, hopefully.
We normally recap the week prior. I don't know if we even care to recap what just happened.
No,
with
we're
both teams.
focusing on one thing and one thing only. That's the game.
But can I just
Phil would want to probably.
Yeah, can I just really quickly?
All right, we can talk
recap
about that
The
ugly loss for them.
Nebraska-Michigan
Yeah.
State game.
All right.
What in the actual fuck? Okay, so that team is pathetic. I'm sorry. I know Phil
Are you
says
talking
they all.
about Nebraska or Michigan State?
Yes, they have 97 injuries. Yes, oh my God, the injuries. That team.
He's never
Mark
gonna come back
Antonio
to
is
the
19. He's 19 and 17 over the last 3 years. I think I read. The program's going in the wrong direction. They're in trouble.
That's really surprising to hear those numbers. I mean, that 3-win season was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Mark
And now
Antonio have a
6-4.
losing record in those? And since that 3-9, like beginning of that 3-9.
Yeah,
In
we
Big
did
Ten
yesterday.
play, he
Big Ten play
does.
is a
He's
losing
19
record.
and 17 overall.
Yeah.
He's got a losing record in Big
were
Ten
they a
play.
9 or 10 win
They won
team
10
last
games
season?
Last year they were
Yeah,
10-3.
Yeah.
Washington
But they went
State.
3-9 the year before that, and now
Yeah.
they have 5 losses, so they're 6-5 right now.
I mean, they're gonna beat Rutgers, but it might be a close game. If they did lose, it really wouldn't surprise me. With all
All right.
just-
If we're doing that, you might as well bring up the tweet you just showed us from D'Antonio.
Yeah, Mark,
Right.
Mike, whatever the hell your name is.
D'Antonio.
He's pleading for
I'm
his
sure there's
fan
Mike
base to
D'Antonio.
show up for the game. Show up to the freaking game. You know, they.
One thing you will never have
The
to ask
Michigan State,
Ohio
you
State
can
or
get
Michigan
a
fans.
20-yard line ticket for the Rutgers Michigan State game for like $6.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's insane.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Your head coach shouldn't have to plead if you're an elite team or you're in a team that has arrived and is a major national player. I don't give a shit who you're playing. You shouldn't have to beg your fan base to show up to the game.
True,
So
true.
I don't want to hear anything from Michigan State until they get back to where they said they arrived. You know, the reality is they feasted on a Michigan program that had been down for 7 years. They actually got some of the top recruits in the state of Michigan a couple of years out of those. And now that Michigan is winning again, I think Michigan State's going to find it really, really hard to sustain any kind of success. That's my take. I think that program's going to be going backwards.
That's fine,
So-
but it depresses me a little bit because I don't want to see teams take step back in the Big Ten. I want to see them grow. Nebraska is growing. Maryland is growing.
Well,
These teams
at
are
Michigan
growing.
State's expense. And that's fine with me. Do you agree with that, Bo?
I totally agree. I don't know what Michigan State's gonna do next year because they're bringing back the same team, but a lot of people are thinking, do you want to bring back that team? Is Dave Warner,
true.
is that their offense coordinator
That's true.
that everybody complains about
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
He is horrible. I can't believe D'Antonio catch him after the 3-9 system
Yep.
or season. It's brutal. It's real brutal. I mean, just you look at an offense that hasn't scored a touchdown in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't
Not
know how you
looking
can be a
good.
Division I Big Ten college football
sorry, bro.
program and not score a touchdown in 3 weeks.
That's really bad.
I mean, I thought it was bad that Michigan didn't throw a touchdown pass to a wide receiver for a full season. I thought that was as bad as it gets, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
I'll be
might
honest.
this
After
might be
after the
worse.
game with them, I just stopped paying attention. Are they talking about D'Antonio on the hot seat?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's the most
But I do-
decorated coach there.
But they're starting to really put pressure. Like they think that they need to change their offensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
Well, they're
and
saying that same thing about Urban, like, oh, you know, it's probably time, and everybody's coming forward and saying this will be his last season. I'll tell you, you know what? If it's his last season, I hope he goes out with dignity. And if we're going to replace him with a coach, I really want them to get John Harbaugh. I think I'm dead serious. I think that would not only be funny just imagining
Can you imagine?
never
their
accept that
Thanksgiving
job. There's
table.
no way. He would never accept that kind of job.
And then that rivalry, can you imagine just like the death stares those two are giving at each other?
Remember their death stares at the Super Bowl between them? Their joint press conference, which is the weirdest thing I think I've
Oh
ever
my
seen.
God! Yeah, so it could only get better if it was set this way.
They coach in the
Obviously,
Super
this
Bowl
is a
against
dream,
each
but
other.
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have my dreams.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's get back to business. A lot of talk about what's going on. I'm afraid to give predictions because we got the Michigan number one defense
Yep.
versus the number 2 offense.
Yep.
Yep.
That's insane. And then your what is your offensive ranking?
Like
Is it
42nd or something.
42nd?
Yeah.
And we're 47th in defense.
Yeah. I'm 42nd, I saw today.
Is it
I think
42nd?
it's 42nd.
Okay, so we moved up. That's fine. I'll take
I
that.
don't know how, but
Yeah. But so this is a very even game. I mean, the only thing as when people ask me my thoughts on it, I tell them I'm like, listen, I'm scared. I'm nervous. The only thing I have going for us is home field advantage. But
Right.
that doesn't matter because according to all the predictors, you guys are a 3.5 point favorite, as I recall.
First time they've been an underdog since 2014.
Yeah.
You have two things going for you, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You have home field advantage, and you have history.
My devastatingly good
Because
looks.
until Michigan, as a
no,
Michigan
I know.
fan, this is what most concerns me about the game, is getting over the hump finally.
Oh.
That monkey that's on their
Getting
back.
that monkey off the back in Columbus. They haven't won since the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Drew Henson here.
and you know what? I know a lot of these players. That doesn't really matter. I mean, they weren't around, but it's like it's cumulative for the program. There's
Yeah,
a
but
lot
if
of
you
Talk
structure.
about, they know.
If
They
you
know.
go to the school like the Dobbins came out and said, this game is the reason he left Texas. That's how big the game is. People want to leave their state to be a part of this.
Wow. Yeah.
Weber from Michigan,
Yeah.
and you guys
Yeah.
have multiple Ohio players.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is real. This is big. This is hate.
As you mentioned, Shea grew up in Toledo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
fan his whole life.
Exactly. And I don't know. I love seeing the banter back and forth, but I'm just I cannot wait for the actual day of the game.
Almost nothing
is-
would surprise
it's
me in this game,
No,
actually.
nothing
but
ever does.
No, and even worse, the weather reports now. Potential rain and
Yeah,
Yeah.
just looking today. It's rain in the morning though. It should be done by
That's-
the time the game
that's what
starts.
I was
but then
reading,
It's like
but-
50 degrees though.
Yeah.
From this game, you get the third. I've watched snow coming down for this game, at least in Ann
Oh, yeah.
Arbor. Oh, brutal. Sat there for too many games. I've sat
Yeah.
there for too many losses, unfortunately.
Yes.
But I was there the last time we won in 2012.
11?
11? Was it 11?
I
yeah,
believe
in
so.
the big
yeah.
house. Yeah.
And I rushed the field too.
Courtney Avery intercepted
Yep,
the
right
ball at
at
the
about
end.
40 seconds left.
Yeah.
I rushed the field with my friends.
Yeah,
It was-
we ruined Luke Fickle's dream day there.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was great. It was just. I thought that was gonna be the time we get the monkey off the back. They had a 6-6 season.
Hey, Buckeyes.
Things were turning.
Buckeyes, Luke Fickle, 0-1 against Michigan, baby. Eat that.
He's
Eat
0-2.
that.
He came
Literally-
back against Cincinnati,
Oh, that's
Literally-
right.
and we beat them last year.
Literally no Ohio State fan takes that offensively.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. I'm joking.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
A lot of us just imagine that never happened.
Well, we imagine it did happen because
We
it's
imagine
all we
it.
have lately, so we cling to it.
So I have to go
But,
back to
speak-
2004.
Speaking of the fans love to put an asterisk next to things. So when we had the shouldn't have been a first down, whatever.
Yeah.
I hate when fans talk about injuries. So
Me too.
there's speculation on whether Chase Winovich and who is the other player?
Khaleke Hudson.
Khaleke Hudson?
I mean, Berkeley Edwards
would
is
be
hurt, but
playing.
he's a special
And
teams
from what
player.
I've read,
Bushel
it sounds like they'll be playing.
Yeah, Bushel Beatty was out
But
too.
I don't at all, I'm sure there's Ohio State fans. I've seen a few tweets or posts out there where they're like, well, I hope they're not playing. Why? So Michigan fans, if they lose, I'm not saying they're going to lose. I'm saying if they lose, they can have something to say, well, if we had Chase in, we will win. No, and this is the game, so you want to see those guys play. I want you guys' best. Because I don't want to go into the game and win it
Yeah.
oh, well, like how Phil keeps bitching about, oh, we had all these injuries, and as if it's an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't care about your excuses. I want to see all the players out there. I want to see them playing this game.
That one goes
This
there.
gentleman over here.
I agree with that.
Nice.
And let me tell you a little something. Last year, sitting in Michigan Stadium, and JT Barrett goes down. And I immediately thought, God, I hope this isn't serious, not only for him, but it's like I want to beat them with their best quarterback. And you know what? I didn't know what the hell was coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh shit, put JT Barrett back in.
I was never worried about JT Barrett. I feel like Michigan owned JT Barrett.
Yeah, the guy was throwing dimes,
hurt
man.
2 games, and their backup came in. One was the third string, and came in and dominated us. And you're going, what is going on? How does this happen?
Yes.
When our third string comes in, horrible.
Yeah, Haskins was throwing like between the safety and the corner, like in the spot, like an NFL throw. It's like, what just happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because we just dared him to throw.
Speaking of, here's what I want.
okay.
I want him to throw 301 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Why?
That's a lot.
Because if he does that, he will set the new Big Ten all-time record for passing yards and passing touchdowns in a season, passing Drew Brees.
Wow.
Yeah. So yards, he needs 301, and touchdowns, he just needs 3.
I want him to throw 36 yards. I want him to throw 4 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, and get sacked 17 times.
I don't think we would keep him.
I like those stats.
I don't think we would keep him in after that. I think we would revert to like anybody else on the team if that was to happen.
I'm just saying, that's what I want.
If in the first quarter he threw 36 yards and had an interception and like 6 sacks, yeah, he'd be gone. Like
I'm
they
saying what
would
I
just
want.
Urban would be like, if he didn't have a heart attack, like pull him off the field and be like, all right, we need to change this up.
When you look at the game, what do you feel most confident about? What do you feel least confident about?
Oh man. Based on recent performances, I'm feeling better about our run game. I think Dobbins has really stepped it up, and he's got fire in his belly. He loves this game. He wants to go out there and dominate. Weber's going to be healthy. He was just dealing with a bruise last week. Thayer Mumford will be back, so we got a lot of our starters back in, which is good. And I just think our running game is going to keep it, and we need that because our key that we're so good at is the passing game. But if we're going to do that, we need to just keep pounding the ball in and running it and open that up to let Hoskins do his thing and whip it downfield.
I just read, not surprisingly, but I just read since the year 2000, the winner of the Michigan-Ohio State game has been the team that had the most rushing yards. So,
Really?
yeah, the team that had the most rushing yards has won every single game in this series since 2000. So it's obviously a pretty important stat. Mm-hmm. What are you least confident about?
Oh, our defense.
Just in general. Not against the run, not against the pass, just...
Definitely the run. I said this a couple weeks ago to you. I think Higdon's going to have a big game. I mean, if we have a what's the kid? Was it Franklin from Maryland?
Yeah.
298 yards and what? 3 touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. Yeah. So, and I mean, so many of those were just huge breakout runs.
Yeah.
We have a problem with stopping the run and big plays, and that's exactly what happened. Because you look at the quarterback stats from the Maryland game, I mean, Hoskins dominated, and their quarterback barely did anything. It was all their run game. So we can stop the pass. We can do this. But we also let out some big plays. But it's stopping the run game.
Yeah.
And this
And
is just
Patterson
me.
runs a lot, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, a QB scramble. So, when I see that, I'm like, okay, if we can just shut down Higdon, we can shut down Mason, we can shut you guys down on that run, we can truly focus on, everything else. That is our problem. Get that done because I don't believe Shea Patterson is any way a bad passer or a bad quarterback. Do I think he's as good as Hoskins? No, not in that sense. So I think that we have more of an opportunity of stopping him or getting an interception or making turnovers if we have to force him to actually pass. So that is what I want to see.
Bo, what are you most concerned with and what are you most confident about?
Most concerned with is being on the road. That's just a tough environment to play in for anybody. I mean, most places in the Big Ten, it's tough to go on the road and win. Outside of the Rutgers and those ones, but it's just tough to win. You get that you're not used to playing away from your home field, and it's just I don't know if you get nervous or whatnot. So that's definitely the main factor for me. I think is just being on the road. I think it's the exact same thing. Giving up the big play. We have given up a big play to Rutgers, to Indiana. We gave up big plays. Michigan State, there wasn't any big plays, but you can't have a turnover inside your own goal line. You can't have turnover. That's the one thing. That's really the only way I think we're going to lose is if we turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Just like when we went down there 2 years ago. We went down there 2 years ago. I thought we played a great game, had a great game plan, went in there, dominated the game, but throw an interception, a pick six from the goal line.
Yep.
Throw another pick that gets down to the 20, and then they go in and score. We're going, well, that's 14 points you just gave up in a 17-17 tie that went to overtime. I mean, that's going to cost you any game.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like last year in the Michigan State game. We probably win that game, but we have 5 turnovers. I don't know, there's not that, unless you're blowing someone out, it's just a really bad team, but you're just not going to win games to turn the ball over like that.
Yep.
So turnovers, I think, is going to be key. You have to protect the ball, and I think we do have a great person in Shea Patterson. Makes great decisions, doesn't turn the ball over a lot, which is perfect for us. That's exactly what Jim Harbaugh wants. He doesn't look for the greatest offensive weapons that you can have, but just wants a smart quarterback. Needs someone that's just like Jake Rudock. He wasn't the best quarterback in the Big Ten that year, but he was a great game manager. Moved the ball downfield when he needed to.
Yeah.
But I think Shea Patterson also gives you that with his legs. His legs give you just so much more that he can. That read option, he's got to keep the ball more. And I think he will this week because, let's say, everything's online this week. So
Yeah, I think they were guarding against him getting injured, so they tried to pull that back.
yeah,
the last
that's
couple
why
weeks,
I don't think they've done that
Well,
much.
does
But
that scare you at all? I know our defense is not the same, especially with Bosa gone, but does that scare you at all of him actually running against the Ohio State defense? I mean,
Get hurt?
In the game where it's like,
Yeah.
where people like,
But you gotta let it all hang out.
where these players are going out there to hurt each other.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't worry about that though. I mean, if you're a player, you're not worried about
mean-
that. If you're a coach, you're not worrying about that. If you go in worrying about getting someone injured,
Oh, fuck that! I'm asking you guys.
Yeah, in this game, to
Yeah,
me, at
well,
this point, you just have to do
it's
everything you
everything.
can to win the football game. But yeah, that would suck if he got hurt.
Yeah.
Well, see, my thing is, and you're right. Yeah, I totally agree with what you guys are saying, but is there a chance that Harbaugh looks ahead because you guys are number 4? And a lot of people are saying,
I'm already
he won't look ahead of this.
This
He
is
might-
the game of the
he might not,
friggin'
but
century
this is-
for Michigan.
This is his chance to make the playoffs. This is
You
his
know what?
chance to shut all those
This is the-
people
yeah,
up.
this is
Beating
the Big Ten
Ohio
title
State,
line.
beating
Let's
Ohio
face it.
State is
Yeah.
bigger than the playoffs.
Yeah.
This game's bigger. I know that sounds
I'm glad
stupid.
you agree with that.
Oh,
I'm
It is.
I'm
If
just
Michigan
saying.
lost this game and then lost to freaking Northwestern in the Big Ten title game, that would be an embarrassing loss and frustrating as hell. But you would still feel, as a Michigan fan, as a Michigan coach, as a Michigan player, we finally got that monkey off our
Yeah,
back. We
yeah.
beat Ohio State. We had a great year. You know what I mean? Like, this is, for me,
For me, I wouldn't have to listen.
if
to
we
every
were,
other
if we,
fan.
let me put it this way: if we were undefeated, and then our only loss was to Ohio State, and we backed in the playoffs still, I wouldn't feel. I mean, I take it, but I mean, we got to beat Ohio State. Like,
have to
this
beat Ohio
is
State.
this
This
is
is what has to be
it.
done.
This is more important than the freaking playoffs that some committee chooses the 4 teams.
Yeah, like say if Georgia goes in and beats Alabama and we don't get in,
I just want this.
I just want this one.
Me too, man. I want this.
Because we win this, we're going to win the Big Ten title. I'm not that
Yeah.
worried for Northwestern.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is. Nobody's even looking at that game and thinking, all right, Big Ten titles on the line this week.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. That's what the best part about this rivalry is.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Last weekend, or it used to be,
Thank you.
right before Thanksgiving,
It's-
until I went 12 games.
Is this mine or yours?
I think this is yours.
Yeah. Wow.
I
She's
said-
having. Wow. I'm not driving. Don't worry.
He is though.
So, but to kind of piggyback on what you guys said now, what I'm most confident, most concerned about, like Bo, obviously the atmosphere there, turnover is always a concern. But here's the one area I have a feeling Michigan's going to move the ball up and down the field on that defense. I'm confident we're going to move the
Red
ball.
zone.
The red
Red
zone,
zone.
because
Yep.
Indiana made us settle for 6 field goals. It's been a problem all year. And if Ohio State can hold us to field goals, and here's the thing, this Michigan defense is my favorite defense in history, maybe even more than the 97 team, really. I think our defense is loaded. I love the way they play. They can slow down and stop anybody out there, but this Ohio State offense is not stoppable. You're not going to hold Ohio State to 7 points like they did Penn State or they did Wisconsin, Michigan State. Wisconsin, Ohio State, even if you manage them and you slow them down, they're going to get 21 points or 28 points or something. You're not going to hold them. So you're going to have to score touchdowns to win the game.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest worry. Is we have to do that.
No, and I think we have the offense
Michigan
this year
has to
that finally can do that.
Yeah.
I think the past 3 years, Rudock was a good quarterback, but he wasn't anything great. Which basically we went into the next year with Wilton Spate.
And he was hurt in the Ohio State game, too.
He was hurt. But if he was healthy, I think we probably still would have won that game, but I don't know. I have no idea, and I don't want to speculate on that just because I want to play ifs, ands, or buts. But
Tyler Corn struggled
Yeah.
last year.
and we still had a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game last year, sitting in the stands when they missed the field goal. 24-20 game. I go, this is it. John O'Corn can save his whole Michigan legacy right here. Next play, I don't know who he threw that to. I don't think the Ohio State safety had to move. It might have been the perfect pass.
He just threw it as far as he could.
Yeah,
for
that was
some
awful.
reason. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
It was awful.
Crazy.
But now we've got someone who's going to step in. He's got a good arm. He makes good reads, and he's got that determination that you want in a quarterback. It was just like at Northwestern early in the season. We went down. He just turned it on and said, "All right, we're not losing this game. I'm not going to have the start we had and then lose this game right now." And he made the plays that we needed to win.
That's true.
And that's what makes a good team right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's very competitive.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he's very confident.
Oh yeah.
And he's a winner. Like he's a gamer.
Exactly. He's a gamer.
Yeah. Yep. So this game's going to be insane.
Yeah, that's one thing.
This game's gonna be
And-
nuts. I'm glad it's at noon. I don't have to wait all day. That's my favorite part about this game. I think is that it's at noon.
Yeah.
I can wake up at 9 and start watching College Game Day, and
It's funny because, like, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've seen a few Ohio State fans, like, post out there, like, there's no bigger game than this. Why isn't it like the night game? Because it's almost always noon. That's part of the tradition, pretty much at this point.
Yeah, and the temperature at 8 p.m. in Columbus, Ohio, at the end of
you don't wanna be
November.
there
I mean,
during that.
it's pretty bitter.
Yeah.
And it is. It's noon. Plus the
it's always
fact.
noon. The only last time it was not noon was the 2006 game where it was
Yeah.
3:30.
Yeah.
That was rare.
I like this one at noon. You know,
The
most
only
of the time
bad
I like
thing is I have to wake up a little bit earlier to start drinking alcohol.
'Cause I don't
wake up
want
at
to
But
wake.
guess what?
Yeah.
It's okay. Socially acceptable at 9 in the morning
Yeah,
to be
and-
pounding a beer.
So
Yeah.
Ohio Stadium is one of 2 Big Ten stadiums that sell beer. So Andrew will be happy because he's going to the
thank
game
you.
this year.
I will be there.
I'm going to the game. Andrew's going to the game.
All right.
You have opted out of the game this
Yeah.
year, but
¿Por qué?
we're going to meet up. Andrew and I are going to meet up before the game, get a quick
Do some,
picture,
before pictures.
give each other a little friendly pat, and the next time we see one another, the loser will be having their head shaved by the winner.
Oh no, I'm gonna put a tracker on you
It's an
when we
annual
take our
bet.
before pictures. So when you're leaving the stadium, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna chase you down, and it's either gonna be a big like bear hug because we won, or I'm just gonna tackle you and say, "This guy's talking shit about Ohio State," and then fans are just gonna pummel you, and Jordan's gonna be like, "I don't know," and just
Yeah.
walk away.
That
Jordan
could-
have your back there?
could
Or is he
happen.
going to be gone?
If he's smart, he's going to be gone.
No, I told Steve early on if I'm around and I see he's getting shit from Ohio State fans, I'll let them take a few swings at him before I step in.
I've heard it's ruthless down there. I've never been there.
Now, you know what though?
I've
We
been a
had this
lot.
talk. I've heard it's more ruthless at Michigan State.
Here's the thing. Yeah, for me it has been. With Ohio State, I did a lot of research on this because I'm getting older and I really don't want to get my ass kicked. So I don't. There's certain areas you avoid. I mean, but this true. Then you just want to know where to park. You don't park in the frickin' frat house row. You don't.
Yeah, that's
you
dumb.
Don't, you don't go to walk down the strip of the bars and all that. That's where all the shit happens because everybody's drunk. They're saying shit. And also, as a Michigan fan, you don't get drunk and then I can't do that right now anyway. But you don't get drunk and then start talking shit. I mean, you just shut your mouth. Like I cheer for Michigan. I shut my mouth. I get out of town. Like I don't start shit. If people say negative things to me, I just ignore it. I just do. I just
You just do
ignore
it.
Yeah. That's the one thing on our road trip is I'm saying when we go to Columbus, I go, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop in Toledo, rent a car, because I want to make sure I don't have Michigan plates on my car. I want to make sure it says Ohio, and then I'll drive it.
Actually, no joke. When I was a kid, and this is living in Cleveland, they would put on news reports. If you plan on going to the game, like when it was being played up in Ann Arbor, is if you plan on going to the game, do not put Ohio State memorabilia or stuff on your car, as there is chances that it will get flipped, destroyed, like damaged. So like we were given warnings about that before going up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, well, people always warn me about that with Columbus, too,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah.
Probably happened in Ann Arbor, too.
Everybody has those.
But-
Oh, yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
has those fans.
I have a place I
And
always
I
park.
don't
feel
think I don't
safe.
think anybody is
I go in,
sober
I
like
go
goes
out.
out and sees like a Michigan or Ohio State car and they're like, fuck that, dude.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you see, okay, I'm 51, my son's 22, we're a father-son walking down the street not saying anything. All they're going to say usually is Michigan sucks, fuck you, whatever.
Yeah.
Just walk, you know
But-
what I
but-
mean?
but-
But if I went like, hey, fuck
Did-
you, and like I started something, then it's going to happen, right?
yeah.
Yeah, then you're kind of asking for it.
Yeah, and I'm not
gonna
going to do that. Now, if somebody like spit on me or threw something at me, that
Oh,
would be
that's
harder to refrain. But I've never had that experience.
lie.
Yeah. See, my dad tells me a story. His best friend went down to the game years ago. They tailgated outside, had their Michigan flag up and everything. I think it was just outside the stadium, one of the
Okay.
parking lots. Went into the game, packed up all their tailgate, their grill and everything. Put it all in the car before they left, locked the car, went in the game, came back. Someone had smashed in their back window, stolen their grill, and left them a gallon of piss. I go, wow, that's tough.
We do have
That
a
is
homeless.
very
I go, I want to know what.
We got
I mean,
a
it
homeless
is-
problem in
it is-
Columbus,
it-
by the way.
it is kind of creative. I will
It
give
is.
them that. I mean,
It is.
I go, how do you find a gallon of piss? How do you have to pee that bad?
I mean, but you gotta also break it down. Is that a fair trade? What if this guy's piss cured cancer, and all he wanted in return was your dad's grill?
I was so pumped up. Just hearing this pumps me up. I don't know what it is. I don't care. I'm excited.
I've heard so many stories.
I told this story earlier on the podcast, but my son and I were down at the 2016 game, the double overtime loss,
Yep.
and I was shocked.
I invited you out to the bars
but it
afterwards. You
blew
didn't
me-
want to come.
No, I got the hell out of there. But it blew me away that when I walked out and some guy came running up to me, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And he reached out his hand. He's like, great game, man. That was fucking amazing. He said, it's really good to have Michigan back again and stuff. And he was like, very cool. And I was like blown away by that. And there are mutual respect. There's mutual respect among people. But the same token, 100 yards down from that, there's this guy with his 3 kids that are like 6, 8, 9 years old, parading this huge sign down the street that says Michigan still sucks. And it
that'll
was
happen.
like, like kindergarten age, you know what I mean? Like trolling us. So anyway, got to tip the cap.
Here's the thing,
It's like when you see the little kids, the 5-year-old kids flipping people
Right,
off.
like,
You go,
I mean-
that's just funny.
happens to me all the time. Literally.
You just got to tip the cap. I understand how
But
you're
I gotta
raising
say,
the kid.
I don't have a problem with the sign. Like, if they were to
No.
attack you, like that's
Yeah.
good. That's good-hearted fun. Like when
Right.
when the 10-year-old last 2 weeks ago was talking
Right.
smack to me, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, that was kind of funny. I gotta
Yeah.
tell this on this cast.
Yeah.
I think what it really comes down to is, and here's your real fans. Like, yeah, there's Michigan fans, there's Ohio State fans, but the real fans are the ones who will talk smack, low friendly banter here and there, but they're the living embodiment of Bo and Woody.
Yes.
Off the field, your friends, you have some laughs, you have some friendly banter, just like friends do. But when it comes to the game, that's when it is. Let it
Yeah.
all out on the field. And then after the game's over, yeah, there's gonna be some hurt feelings because somebody lost. But you know what? It's cool.
Exactly.
Urban Meyer, I think, is the one that said it earlier in the week. He said that there's a tremendous amount of respect between the two sides.
Absolutely.
And
100% agree with you.
mutual respect for the rivalry and stuff. And they asked Harbaugh about that. And usually he won't comment on any of that
No,
stuff.
he didn't comment on anything.
And he said, I'd say that's true. I agree. That's what he said or whatever. So I'm paraphrasing. But I didn't hear him say that after the Michigan State game, for example.
No, there's a lot
Yeah,
of bad
there's,
blood there.
there's definitely something there.
Yeah.
There's bad blood.
Yeah.
And I would argue that coach starts that, but that's just me. So anyway, we already did that show.
So here's
how
what
are
we
on
need to
time?
do. Oh, all right, I already got this because we are
Okay.
probably at 34. Yep, bedtime.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your score prediction? Who do you think's gonna win?
All right.
I have to ask that, although I already know your answer.
Well, you'd be surprised. I'm going with Michigan.
Go to Ohio State 42.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
see that coming.
Can you believe this, guys?
There we go.
He's just like,
no, I
we
think
never
it's-
picked against our team. Okay.
Never picked against Michigan.
We are fans. I want to
Lost a
remind
lot
you
of
that.
money and a lot of bets for that
Yeah.
reason.
Oh.
We are fans, not
Unfortunately.
reporters or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Bo, let's hear it, buddy.
I am going with 35 to 24. I think Karan Higdon rushes for 187, 3 touchdowns, and then I think Tariq Black has a 70-yard touchdown from Shea Patterson, and I think Shea Patterson runs in another.
Wow.
Okay.
And I think it's close, but I think the 70-yard touchdown, Tariq Black, is late in the game because I think it's about 28-24, and then Michigan scores one late, puts the game out of reach.
Okay.
All right. Me next?
Yeah. Hit it.
Who are you going with?
Thought long and hard about this.
That's the first
I
for some.
I think Michigan's going to win the game.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be. I've never seen. It's been a long time, I should say, not never, that I've seen the Michigan fan base this confident about this game. They're all still very nervous, but they're very confident at the same time. I think it's going to be very close. I don't think it's going. I go 31-28.
That's my exact score.
Oh, really?
That's the exact like.
With the other one.
I was like, it's going to come down to a field goal.
I think the team that gets to 30 is going to win because I feel like it's going to be high scoring for Michigan Ohio State standards, but I think 16 Ohio State won 30-27, but that took double overtime. That was like a defensive game. I think this one will be more offense.
What was the score in 2000? When last time it won, it was 40-34 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That was a big one.
Anyway, I go 31-28. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, I actually believe 31-28. That has been in my head all week. I don't know why the numbers were there, but for me it was Ohio State winning. The Ohio State. I actually got upset in the office because somebody was doing a little like dress for it, and they're like, yeah, Michigan and Ohio. And I'm like, no, that is Ohio State. Get it right. Anyways.
That's how I feel when people say blue and yellow. You go, no, it's maize.
Maize.
I hate when people say yellow.
And don't say go big blue.
Or when they say,
Giants.
we're red.
Wow.
Sorry, it's scarlet. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so I think a lot of it is going to be in the air. I think we'll have maybe 2 touchdowns each way, and then take it in the field goal. I do think it's only going to be 1 running back touchdown. I believe that will be Weber. We have gotten a lot more mobile. In fact, Dwayne Haskins had 3 running touchdowns. 6 touchdowns last week, 3 of them running. They're starting to make him mobile, which I kind of like, but also a little nervous. So I think he'll have a rushing one, and then he'll have 2 in the air. And then we might put in Nuremberg just because he's the senior and you want him to have the glory of it. It could be Hubio. I don't know. But it'll end with a field goal and in our favor. Not in overtime, by the way.
I don't know how ours is going to happen. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to score a touchdown. I think Higgins is going to score a touchdown. I think Shea Patterson is going to rush for 100 yards. Those are my 3 predictions.
Okay, I like it. You want to jump in on this, Riles?
Put on the headgear.
No.
Put on the headgear. Come on.
Fire up chips.
Love it. The chips are going to win the game.
Discuss, Friday night in Columbus, Andrew's interviewing a former Ohio State player. You discuss that at all?
Vaughn Broadnax. We are going to meet up, and then we're going to see if we can get it posted before the game. Working with Riles to see what we can do, but otherwise, if not, we'll just have an exclusive interview. Going to try to go in depth with him. Not about the game necessarily, but the mindset of players. What's going on in the locker room? What leads up to this? What is the week like at Ohio? Like, I want to see this. I want to see what they're doing. I want to know what their mindset is.
I'm old enough to have watched Vaughn play. He was a bruising fullback in the late 80s for Ohio State, played for Earl Bruce, I believe. And a lot of respect for him. He's a great blocking back, but he could run the ball too.
Yeah.
And that's
all
really
around,
cool.
good
He
guy.
volunteered. We asked for former players to come on, and he was the first one to volunteer. But we just couldn't make the logistics work because he doesn't live local here, and so